I need to address a serious issue in the Black community. You can't say that you're maturing if you still do these things. And you damn sure can't say that you're a part of this 3C philosophy of confidence, character, and charisma if you do this one thing. So if you want to figure out what that is, stay tuned. So as I said before, man, I'm here to address a serious issue. And I'm sure it happens in all communities, but right now I'm talking to the Black men. I'm talking to us. I'm sure I've done this when I was a kid, when I was younger, maybe in middle school, high school, things like that. And I've just found out that men in their late 30s and 40s still do this. And this has to be addressed, man. And this focuses more on the character part of the 3C philosophy. What's the biggest problem lacking in the Black community between Black men and Black men? That's communication. Well, let me rephrase that. Respectful communication. That's a huge thing that's lacking in the Black community between men, especially men and women, but especially between Black men. It's interesting too, because when we get over emotional or when we get angry or upset or whatever, we tend to respond with violence. And if it's not violence, we're quick to name call, talk shit about people behind their back, say things that you claim not to mean, quick to throw hands or fight or even pull out a weapon. And that's crazy because there's tons of men in the graveyard right now over a misunderstanding or a disrespectful conversation that went way too far. And that's a horrible show of character. I mean, like I said before, we've all done it at some point in our lives. Hopefully it's in our teens and maybe early 20s of that. But at some point, us as men, along with those communication skills, need to mature. As I said before, man, the graveyards and the jails are full of people who couldn't control their emotions and their egos. They let these secret animosities or these issues from years prior fester and just develop and grow roots. And now it clouded their better judgment and then boom, they overreact. Maybe even doing something they can't come back from or the other person can't come back from, which leads them. One person in the graveyard, one person in jail. And let's be real. If you're a man walking around here with a secret grudge, I guarantee the other person has no idea that there's even an issue. Y'all walking around here holding on to grudges like they designer wallets or something, like they're Louboutin sneakers or the latest Jordans, man. Let go of that shit. I don't understand what's so hard about it. If you have an issue with somebody, especially if you've been around them, kicking it with them, laughing and joking with them, but yet there's something festering inside, maybe from years ago, back in the day, whatever. If you got any issue, if they supposed to be your brother, they supposed to be your friend, and you talk to other people about the issue, but you don't ever talk to them about it, ain't nothing wrong with pulling them to the side. Pulling their coattail like, yo, bro, let me talk to you for a second. Something's been bothering me for a while. In a respectful manner. Sit down, chop it up with them. And I'm talking about a mature, respectful adult conversation. No name calling, no yelling, screaming, all that rah-rah shit. All that stuff makes you just look extremely feminine. It's a bad look, especially for men, right? That's what women do. Women are out there catty, calling each other names and, oh, I just said that because I was mad. Because let's be real, most of the time when you really have the conversation, when you peel away the layers of the onion, you'll find out that there's really no super big issue, or even at best, you'll find out what part you played in it. And it's really no issue because if you're a mature man, you can take accountability for the part you played. At some point, we just two alpha men, we had a misunderstanding or you had a misunderstanding with each other and you let egos get in the way. And then over the years, it festered. And then, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to bring up old shit, right? I get it sometimes. But sometimes that old dirt needs to be brought back up to the surface and got out of there so you can put proper soil so that friendship can blossom like it's supposed to be. Y'all can sit down, chop it up. Worst case scenario, the friendship may or may not be the same, especially if some lines were crossed or some things were said that the other person may have felt that was mad disrespectful. You violated, you crossed some lines or whatever. The friendship may not be the same, but at least you heard their position, they heard your position. And you guys can decide if you want to keep the friendship, y'all want to dap it up, keep the friendship going, or y'all could just part ways amicably. But true maturity is understanding that just because y'all not cool like y'all used to be doesn't mean that you guys aren't enemies. Anybody that I'm not cool with no more, I still want them to win. I have no negative feelings towards anybody. I want them to eat. They just can't eat at my table anymore. And, I was a culprit of it. The media, hip hop music, especially 90s, 80s, 90s gangster rap, they paint a picture of what Black men are supposed to be. And then you let your friends and your peers kind of gas you up and make you believe, if you don't resort to violence quickly, you're a punk or you let people peer pressure you into thinking that you got to do things and overreact. And I'm going to tell you now, being hyper emotional has a lot of people in prison. Having a stoic, mature, think before you act type vibe will save your life. I'm telling you. Especially growing up in the hood. I grew up in an area that it was gangs all around me. You know what I mean? And, you subscribe to that culture. You know, if you feel disrespected or violated, you feel like you gotta stand on business. You know what I mean? And sometimes standing on business don't mean hurting or resorting to violence. Standing on business can mean if you cross this line, you never have access to me no more. It's okay to leave a friendship, just walk away. But the most important thing you can do as a man is be able to control your emotions and control your ego. So moral of the story, man, if you have a problem with somebody, especially if you've ever considered them a friend or a brother or whatever, don't let that linger, man. Have the conversation. Have the uncomfortable conversation that shows growth and maturity, and do it in a respectful way, because you can't unring a bell. Once words are said and lines are crossed, even if the conversation ends amicably, you can't unsay what you said. And most mature men believe that if you're angry, you tell the truth. You didn't just say that because you was mad. You said it because you meant it. And if that's how you feel, cool, that's how you feel. But feel that over there. You don't have access to me no more, because now I can't trust you. And men, if you do have somebody come to you and say, yo, we got to have a conversation, man, in a mature way, be man enough to sit down and listen to the parts you played. If they have a logical reason, listen to it. It gives you the chance to apologize for something that you may not have even known you've done. Listen to the conversation. If it's something that could be worked out, cool. At least you can work it out. Y'all can dap it up, right? Hug it out like brothers, go have a drink. If you can't, at least both of you can respect the fact that the conversation was had. So with that being said, man, I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate you guys for listening to this video. I know it was a different little format than what I normally do, but this had to be said. Share this video with anyone you know, anyone you love and care about. Maybe this could be the door to have that conversation. You never know who needs to hear this. And if you're that man that's holding that secret grudge, don't do that. You can't call yourself a mature man if you don't even know how to have a mature conversation. And that's damn sure not 3C. Good character never goes out of style, and it'll get you places that even the confidence and charisma won't get you. With that being said, man, I appreciate you guys listening to this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. And to the next video, man, I love y'all. I'm out.